Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I'm joined by...
I am Sungwoo, Jeong, guitarist and founder of Aversed.
My name is Jeff Saltzman. I play drums in Aversed.
My name is Haydee, Irizarry, and I sing in Aversed.
It's an honor to be chatting to you this evening. First up, can you tell us why the name Aversed, and as well, which track would you play me to introduce me to your band if I'd never heard of you before?
Okay,
you can say the name.
I'll start. So I founded the band in 2009. We were called Aversion when we first started, but the word aversion was taken by a pop country band in Texas at the time. So literally I had to, as I was making our first MySpace link, I looked up the word aversed. It is actually a word that no one uses, but there's no band named Aversed. So I randomly thought of it after renaming it from Aversion to Aversed.
Sungwoo, what were you averse to?
Oh, actually, so at the time I watched a documentary about North Korean propaganda, and I watched it at a church I was at the time. I watched a 3-hour-long documentary about the injustices and war crimes of North Korea.
It's a South Korean church also. I feel like that.
Yeah, and I'm South Korean.
Context.
Right.
And just for long story short, in North Korea, they treat their people extremely inhumanely and unjustly. And after that, I decided to call ourselves Aversion or Aversed. So that's the history of the name. And then if I can introduce one song to anyone that would describe our sound, it will be our song called Imperament from the upcoming record Imperament.
That's the actual album title as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I'm glad you said it because I can't say it. The album is, I've had a bit of a quick listen to it. It's brutal and face-meltingly addictive. How have the media so far responded to the few tracks you have released, and how excited are you waiting for release day in March?
We've had
so excited.
We've had really good responses, and we're especially excited because this has been a long time coming. We had been planning to release this before or earlier in COVID, and everything was delayed. And so we've been sitting on almost all the finished media for now this whole year.
5 years.
And these songs also are pretty old, and so there's as we've listened to the songs as we've matured, the songs have changed in meaning a lot, and so there's just a lot that we have riding on this personally coming out. So it's just pretty momentous for us to actually finally show to the world.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty cool to see our friends who have been with us this whole time reacting to it thusly.
That's brilliant. So Haydee, your voice is pretty I can't even say this. I can't even talk again. Right, Haydee, your voice is phenomenal. How do you warm up, and where do those growls come from? Because you're tiny.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. Learn how to sing from church and warming up in choirs. And where does the growling come from? Extreme anger inside.
Right, okay. The artwork for the album is really catchy as well. How does that sort of contribute to the tracks on the album?
So the meaning behind the artwork is fairly similar to the song Imperament itself, and also the closer of the album, which is called Nightshade. And the idea of much of the album is the idea of the destruction of humanity, which appears more and more inevitable with each passing day, with more and more disasters, more and more disease and death and endless consumption for the sake of consumption. It just seems like we're running ourselves into the ground. And however, the apocalyptic death metal album has been done so many times, and as a biologist, I feel like that's a weird thing to drop. I study biology. My view of this is that species are really temporary, and after all of us destroy ourselves, Earth is just going to be fine, and it's going to rebirth, and the art is trying to reflect that in the passing of humanity, in the fading away of this figure into death. She's really just like turning into some other life.
Well said.
Yeah, it's actually really beautiful that like everything just returns to itself. And we have a lot of flower imagery like in the Imperament video and in the booklet that kind of like bring that all together. Just intense, dark beauty.
Awesome. Actually, I think it would make quite a good back tattoo as well. Are you planning on doing that?
Wait, what?
Like a back tattoo of the album artwork on your back?
Honestly,
Maybe.
whoa, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anything's possible.
The closest we have to that are hoodies, which have that on the back.
Hey, no, that would be gorgeous. So with the right artist, how the colors.
Absolutely. Okay, and guys, so what made you go down the death metal route rather than just the plain old classic metal, thrash metal, even glam metal? What made you go down death metal?
Good question.
What made us? I mean, so we always, when I founded the band in 2009, 2010, like my goal was to be an extreme metal band, thrash, death, whatever. As long as it has gutturals, like as long as it has that, or as long as it has blast beats. To me, that was all I wanted. What made us go into that? Because at the time I was in high school, I was 16. No one at my high school liked that music. I was the only one, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna change this." So I formed. That was literally the only reason, like, because no one else was doing it. I want to see more of it. Be the change you strive to see. Actual quote.
Yeah, Gandhi said that vaguely.
Yes. So that's
Jeff, how did you?
What?
Like, what brought you into death metal?
I think I was excited by the power of it. I played in wind ensemble for a while, like in my high school band, not playing drums, like classical music, and I liked it and I practiced, but I didn't feel anything from it. And then I remember there were two songs that did it for me actually, that like I know where I was when I heard them too. One was Master of Puppets and the other one was Ashes of the Wake by Lamb of God.
Awesome, yeah.
And when I remember hearing those songs and like literally like my mind, like I knew at that moment, I was like, this is the only music. Like,
Yeah,
can capture this.
Nothing else matters.
Like metal can. And then so I had to play like that. And like I like other genres of music, but I don't like playing other genres of music really.
Oh yeah, brother.
Okay, that's cool. What about you, Haydee?
what got me into death metal?
Yeah.
The funny answer is going to a jazz contemporary school and just not wanting to do jazz and just like, what's the complete opposite thing of jazz I can do? But the real answer is like, I've always loved the aggression and intensity. And after seeing The Agonist and Arch Enemy and listening to Gojira and all those different artists and seeing women do it, I was like, that's exactly how I feel on the inside and how I want to portray what I'm feeling on the inside. And it just clicked. So I was like, all right, I am going to find a way to learn how to do that and try to do it well.
Okay, so with The Agonist then, I'm a big fan actually. So do you prefer Elisa or what's she called again? Shit, what's she called?
Vicky
Kasarkas, yeah. Yeah. Which one do you prefer, Vicky or Alicia? It's 2:00 in the morning here. That's my excuse, right?
Oh man, that's a really hard one. I like Alyssa's first, obviously, because like that's what I was introduced to, and I think that songwriting wise, they were doing a lot of like more chaotic things. But I really respect and love both of them as vocalists. Very, very talented. But as the whole unit, I did prefer Alyssa over Vicky, but mad respect to both of them.
I love Vicky.
Yeah, same here. Great answers. Okay, so let's forget about COVID for a minute. It's not happened, okay? What can we expect for you when you guys play live?
Energy.
yeah, pure raw brutality, like badass Sungwoo faces.
If you see Aversed, you can expect outstanding duo guitar shreds. You can expect brutal death metal riffs. You can expect soul, melody, harmony.
It's really like we kind of have like
Blazing double bass.
yeah, we have two front people really, which are these two. I don't know what order we are on the screen, but it makes sense for my
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense to me, man. It's cool.
Sungwoo is a show stealer for sure.
He tries to be, but Haydee Haydee is a queen.
Excellent, man. Okay, so hopefully we might get through this virus by the summer, worldwide. You never know. You just never know. So, are you planning to get over to Europe at all? And do you think you'll do like a live stream of the album in March if you can't get out at all? I mean, what's it like where you're living at the moment? Are you still in lockdown?
We're not in formal lockdown. In fact, things are actually starting to open up, but like they shouldn't. Like the rates of disease in Massachusetts are as high as they've ever been. And we are better than all the states around us, I believe. So a live show here would be pretty impossible, and a tour here would be especially impossible. So I don't really see touring, at least locally, being possible at all until the fall. Internationally, realistically, it's within this album cycle. It's also probably unrealistic monetarily. But we are hoping to do a US run as soon as we can. Really.
Cool. I mean, you'll be lapped up in mainland Europe, places like Belgium, Germany, something like that. So hopefully you will get over, if not this year, next year. Where was I? Okay, then. So I'm going to try and forget COVID for a minute, even though I've just gone back to it. So you got to go out on tour. Which three bands would be your ultimates to go out and tour with?
Can I go first?
Yeah, man. Cool.
Mine would be Fit for an Autopsy, Creator,
Oh, yeah.
and Morbid Angel.
Ooh.
Awesome. Yeah, that's brilliant. I love Creator.
I like old school. I like new school.
Yeah, same. I like all genres of metal at the moment. I'm sort of stuck on symphonic metal, and I don't know why. But anyway, okay. What about you, Jeff?
I don't know. I'd want to do a tour with other bands just like us. I think I would want to do the obvious tour. I'd want to do Arch Enemy and Ginger.
Yeah, that'd be special.
Or something like that.
Why is that, Jeff? Any reason? Go on.
Because it just, I don't know. It's too obvious. Like we would just appeal well to those fans. Like it would be easy. And all those bands are big inspirations for us. Personally, I want to tour with. I don't know. I think a verse would work with this, but maybe not at the same time. Devin Townsend and Black Dahlia Murder. We have elements of both of those bands, and drum-wise, a lot of Black Dahlia Murder, and but sonically, harmonically, there's a lot of Devin in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that would work as a tour. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's nice to dream, man. What about you, Haydee?
At the Gates would be one of them. And then Gojira would be the second one.
Cool.
I was actually thinking of this earlier today on my drive from home. For many years now, one of my life dreams and goals, I actually cry sometimes thinking about this. I want to open up for Nightwish at a stadium in a Japanese arena someday. That is my life goal. I want to open to Nightwish, just two bands, Aversed and Nightwish.
That would be amazing. Yeah. So you're a big Floor Jansen fan?
She's good, but I like Daria a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw her in Spain a couple of years ago at Rock the Coast Festival. She was amazing, absolutely amazing.
I bet, I believe it.
Honestly, man, yeah, it was such a good gig. Okay, so how do you think the music industry is going to look post-pandemic? I mean, with death metal, obviously, you're going to want mosh pits, you're going to want people to be hot and sweaty and having good times. It's going to be, I don't know, is that going to happen again, do you think?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I think it still might be slower than we want it to be, but I think just based on the sheer amount of music that's been coming out, it's clear that the passion is there, and at some point that will turn into shows.
Totally, man. Absolutely. I can agree more. Okay, next one, fun one, or sort of fun, depends. You're stuck in quarantine for a year. Which musician, dead or alive, would you have with you?
Ooh.
Oh, Black Sabbath.
Cool. Okay.
That's a band. Wait,
That's a
band or
you can have
single
a bat. You're
person?
supposed to be a person, but we'll let him off.
Oh, single person.
We'll let him off.
Tony Iommi. Tony Iommi.
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
What about you, Haydee?
Lady Gaga.
I listened to her
That'd be
yesterday.
interesting. Yeah. That would be really interesting. Okay, and Jeff?
Yeah, I might go someone like Mac Miller, the rapper, for similar reasons as Lady Gaga, in that it would be fun and inspiring. With someone
like
metal icons, I don't think I'd have fun.
Wow.
yeah. Can we be quarantined in their mansion?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That'd be good. Okay, so let's go back to the album. Are you going to be releasing any more tracks on video before release day?
Yes, and soon.
Which one can you tell us, or is that a secret?
I will not say the name, but it will. It's a deviation from the songs we've released so far, showing a more sensitive side.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. Okay, then the next one. These questions are telling you, I'll try and mix them up a bit. So, imagine having to give me the last thing you brought. What would it be?
What was the question?
Imagine having to give me the last thing you brought. What would it be?
Last thing I brought.
Beer.
Yeah, beer.
That would do.
Like bought?
Yeah.
Always beer.
An apple tart.
That'll do as well. That'll go down well with the beer. Okay, I'll tell you they're a bit like kooky. I usually say kooky over there, don't you? These next questions, right? I try to mix them up, man. Okay, so you enter a haunted house that taps into your greatest fear. What do you see and hear?
Oh shit!
Dead people.
Just general dead people.
Corpses of the dead.
Of just general dead people, because mine would definitely not be dead people. They'd be very injured people, but not just people, like people I know. I
would be like my hands would be chopped off, my voice wouldn't work, and I would be deaf, and I'd be surrounded by people playing music, and I couldn't hear it or play it, and it would just be torture.
Dude, that's such a good music video concept.
Like
there you go. That's the next video. You got it made already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, someone tells me to play a sheet music and I like completely just forget everything.
There's your next video idea, man. You got it sorted. You got it sorted. Okay, can you tell us why we should check out Aversed?
Why should we check out Aversed?
Yeah.
Can I answer that? Because we have everything. We have brutal death metal riffs. We have melodies. We have soulful vocals. We have blast beats. We have rock and roll.
Brilliant answer.
That's all you need to know.
Right. There's only three. Sorry.
No, yeah, we're super passionate metal fans and metal musicians, and that really shows in this next album worth of music. It's something that I know we're all really, really, really proud of, and is like unique. So definitely worth checking out.
Brilliant. I like literally counting down the hours and days for the release. I mean, it's March, isn't it? So we've got a way off to go. Yeah. Are you like, come on, getting excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
There's songs that are like not the singles that I'm just like, I can't wait for people to hear, and they're gonna be like, wow, what the fuck?
Brilliant. Okay, so there's only three of you, but I've got Ashley. Let's do it this way. Can you give me 3 words to describe Aversed, one each?
I'll do this one. Soulful, brutal.
That's 2.
No, one each.
One each.
Soulful.
You can't say brutal now.
Shit. That's not my word.
Oh, yeah.
I can edit it, don't worry.
Soulful.
Man, I want to say like elegant.
That's a good answer, man. All right, okay. And the next one?
Aggressive.
Yeah, great answer. Okay, last bit now. Just 5 questions, either or either. So, festival or small intimate gig?
Small intimate gig.
Festival.
Festival because the sound is better.
Excellent. Vinyl or digital?
Digital.
Digital.
Digital because the experience can be anywhere.
But we just got our vinyls and they look sick.
We did, yeah.
I'm a vinyl person.
Excellent. Okay, next one. Pizza or beer?
Beer.
Or beer? Yeah, beer.
Beer's always.
Pizza.
Yeah, really? Okay. Death metal.
He's not here. He's a literal pizza chef.
Really? Oh, so cool. Okay. Death metal or classic metal?
Death metal.
Classic metal all the way.
Classic metal.
Cool.
I think that's honestly indicative of what the band sounds like, is because they write these classic metal stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna play blast beats on top of that.
Excellent. Right, this is the really important one, or you don't want to answer this one or whatever. Donald Trump or Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog any day of the week.
Yeah, what they said.
At least he's
Obviously, Kermit the Frog.
And he's green. He's not orange, so yeah, it's good. Okay.
Yeah, I would prefer green.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
I'll say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Imperament will be out on March 19, 2021. It is a phenomenal collection of 9 extreme metal songs with a ton of fucking soul, feel, brutality, and melody. Check it out.
Brilliant.
And I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your time and for checking us out, and everyone who supports us. You're not going to be disappointed.